June 17th, 2026. This is a 12-month forecast for nanonuclear, otherwise known as ticker symbol NNE. And we've got some beautiful chart patterns showing up on the weekly chart here. We've already expressed that we can have and show strength, and we're going to get into some of the fundamentals going on with the company itself, micronuclear reactors and such. Nuclear is the future, right? So investing in nuclear, just in general, like with ETFs and mutual funds, obviously probably not a foolish idea. That's probably wise, because nuclear is going to get stronger and stronger as time goes on. And it's still in its infancy. We don't even have microreactors yet. And what is nanonuclear? Nanonuclear is literally micronuclear reactors. We're going to go over some things going on with the company, but first let's look at this weekly chart. This company went public 2 years ago. In that 2 years of time, we've shown some key levels, namely this 45 to 60 level. That's a very key level. And then we have a floor forming. We have a very low floor formed at around $6 to $9. I don't think that's going to be coming into play anytime soon because of the news behind the company. I don't think we're going to go that low. And we do have a very critical floor here around $18, right? So right now, on June 17th, we're at $25 a share. How am I going to play this? Well, I'll say this right now. If this weekly momentum bar maintains upward variance, like if we don't maintain the compression, but if we instead, at the end of this week in 48 hours, if we finish this week upward momentum on the weekly MACD, I will be looking for, and I'm just going to straight up enter the position, and I'm going to set a 1-to-1 ratio with previous lows. So if it happened like right now, like for example, say today was Friday, and I decided, okay, yeah, I'm hopping in the position, the momentum is going with my my bias. This would be my entry right here, because this is where the price currently is, and my stop loss would be not at this low here, but it would be at this low, the previous week's low, or maybe a little bit above. That would be my target for stop loss. And then I would either sell 50% of my position, 75% of my position, or my entire position at a 1-to-1 ratio. I would just go for that little move, because I'm looking for trades right now. I'm not looking for long-term investments. I'm already invested in nuclear. I believe everybody should be invested in nuclear. I'm talking about in terms of trade potential. We have a floor. We just hit the floor. We're bouncing, and look at the range we can potentially hit. So there could be a lot of different trades on the way to this higher target. A lot of them. When the weekly momentum starts to show these bullish, starts to flip to the bullish side, then you can get a trade in there. I'm sure you can see what I'm talking about. Look right here. Every time, if you have a bullish bias, for example, every time the momentum flips to the upside, right here, every time it flips to the upside, those are your entries for 1-to-1 ratios or 2-to-1 ratios, however you want to play it. Now, if you stack that on top of a monthly bias, so for example, say you only do that strategy I just explained with this stock and every other stock, only when we're in the green on both, right? So for example, if you look at the monthly, see how we're in the green right here on the monthly? The momentum is in the green. That's healthy momentum. Well, then that means if you enter a position when the momentum ticks to the upside on a weekly, you're probably going to have a good trade. Like, for example, right here. That would have been a good trade for a long. Look at that. I'll show you another one. Look, we come up, we sell off right here. We're selling, we're compressing, and then boom, alignment. What happens there? Yep, you would have gotten a 1-to-1 maybe there as well. These are just opportunities. What about this one right here? We come down, and boom, we flip to the upside. Would you have gotten a 1-to-1 with this setup? Yes, you would have as well. So that's how the game is played. There's many opportunities, and I personally enjoy using momentum for entries, but only when they're aligned on multiple time frames. So as you'll notice here, look, we're in the red. We're definitely in the red. Why would you take a position now for a long? We're in the red, right? And the only reason I'm considering taking a position is because of the bullish variables I'm about to go over with you, and because I'm watching this bounce off of this known support level. What is a known support level? This right here, $18 a share. We just had a bounce off of it. So one of two things is going to happen, because stocks don't hold flat. They never do. One of two things is going to happen. We're going to consolidate. We're going to break this support. We're going to come down here, consolidate. And then what will we do? We'll either go down or we'll go up. Okay, that's number one. In which case, that's fine. We're not taking any more trades after. If it breaks this line here anyway, we're not going to be taking any more longs until we get momentum alignment on the monthly. But what I'm anticipating to happen right now is that this is actually going to continue a healthy trend upward. I do believe so. I do believe so. Why? Why do I have that bias? Because it's clearly not because this monthly momentum is in healthy shape. So why would I have that bias? Well, let's look at it. Nanonuclear, this is their website. They're working on micro reactors. They've got some things happening. So visit their website, investigate them for yourself. We're going to go over the main points here. But we're going to go over the main points right here, which is this. Wall Street, specifically Roth Capital, initiated coverage of Nanonuclear with a buy rating and a $45 price target. Okay, keep in mind we are at like $22 or $23 or $25 a share right now. It's highlighting its rapid progress towards commercializing its microreactor. There's a massive liquidity runway. The company is exceptionally well capitalized with approximately $569 million in cash and short-term investments alongside $900 million shelf registration for flexible future funding. Regulatory first mover NNE became one of just 4 companies to successfully submit a micro-modular reactor permit application to the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. They're leading the charge. Strategic AI data center alignment. This is what's very exciting, because data centers, they're going to require a lot of power. If we can power our data centers with micro-nuclear reactors, doesn't that sound like something you wish you would have invested in? NNE signed a memorandum of understanding with SMCI, which is another company I'm extremely bullish on, to explore co-packaged power modules specifically for their AI data centers. They've also got vertical integration revenue by acquiring some transport services. NNE has diversified into a select group of advanced nuclear companies capable of generating early revenue through regulated nuclear fuel logistics and transport. So not only are they getting involved with microreactors, that is the most important thing ever, but they're also literally acquiring other companies that are in that space. 2 bearish things to know about this. We are pre-revenue, and there's a long time horizon. That's why I'm not taking a long trade in the company yet. That's why I'm looking for actual swing trades, shorter term trades. The company currently generates 0 revenue from its core reactor technology, and its commercial Kronos microreactor is not expected to be operational or generate meaningful sales until about 4 years from now. Aggressive insider selling. Over the last 3 months, company insiders have been aggressively offloading $43 million worth of shares, with 0 insider buying activity, signaling potential near-term caution. Interesting. And then something to think about just for its future. Following the submission of its permit application, the NRC is expected to undergo a detailed 12-month safety and environmental review. If approved, groundbreaking is slated for mid-late 2027, just when the AI data centers are going to start reaching full-fledged. This is literally aligning at the same time. Some micro-reactor, some micro-nuclear reactor is going to pair with these AI data centers. One of them's going to do it. You and I don't know which one, but one of them will do. It's inevitable that nobody's going to shut down nuclear. Analysts note that breaking ground on this physical prototype will be the ultimate catalyst, either accelerating commercial pre-orders and supply chain commitments or exposing execution risks if the multi-year timeline faces unexpected friction. So with that much being said, we're going to go back to the chart one last time. Here we are at this current point. we are at $25.31. We're gonna see. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it for this Friday, which is literally, well, actually it's tomorrow because we're not even open on Friday. Stock market's closed Friday. So tomorrow, if we hold this momentum tomorrow, I am gonna enter a short swing trade, and I'm gonna put my stop loss below this support, this vertical support. I'm gonna target a 1-to-1. It's gonna look something like this. This will be my stop loss. I might use this line for my stop loss, or I'll just use the base of this prior bar lows and target a 1-to-1, and we'll see what happens. With that much being said, see you in the next one.